You're listening to Cannonball Mindset, a podcast dedicated to helping people achieve the most out of their personal and professional lives. The Cannonball Mindset challenges you to step out of your comfort zone and lean into the possibility of having a life of abundance. Disruptors, innovators, and groundbreakers are all welcome. Let's get into the show.
Welcome back to the Cannonball Mindset. My name is Sanschagrin, and this is the Cannonball Mindset. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Usually, I have a guest sitting with me, and this season has been nothing short of amazing guests. And hopefully, you've caught the episodes with, the likes of Katie Hoff, Adam Woolard, Todd Anderson, Evan Slaughter. I'm saying the list goes on and on. We have some great guests coming up. Missy Franklin. I'm saying this woman has more Olympic medals than most people have jewelry of any kind. And so really looking forward to these new episodes coming up. But this week is this is a quick hit of Chad. This is a quick hit Cannonball Mindset with no guest. And so, every once in a while I'll get on here and I'll just use this platform to talk about what's going on in my life or what I'm struggling with. And, right now I'm in a season where last year, 2023, was arguably the single best year of my life, besides the year my daughters were born. Best year of my life. Our company grew exponentially. My health was at an all-time high. Everything was going in the right direction. And this year is the exact same, except it's come at a much bigger cost. It feels like this year, even though our company has grown exponentially again for the 8th year in a row, my book, Keep Telling Yourself, is doing amazing, beating all of our expectations in pre-sales. It looks like, it's going to continue to do well when it's released in December. My podcast, the listenership is up, the guests are up. I'm, speaking with Dane Cook. I'm speaking with Marshall Falk. I'm, doing great big things to build my brand. My health has been a struggle this year, the biggest struggle I can remember as long as I've been alive. This year, health has been a struggle. But it feels like everything is coming at a much more difficult realm. You ever felt like that? You ever feel like, I'm moving forward, but I feel like I'm moving forward in quicksand? That's what it feels like today. It feels like this whole year is just like trudging through. What happens? What do you do when that happens? Because we get into what's called the valley of despair, which it seems like I've been in and out of the valley of despair this year a lot. The valley of despair is where you feel like, everything is just hard. Everything is just hard. Nothing's come easy this year. It doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It just means it's come hard. How do you get out of that? How do you find a way to get out of it? Because most people, what they do is they just hunker down and wait for the storm to pass. And if you think about, I think it's cows. What cows do is cows sit down and wait for the storms to pass. Where buffalo, they run with the storm to try to outrun the storm. And so part of me wants to be a buffalo, although that storm keeps chasing you. I don't want to be a cow and sit down and wait for the storm to pass. I want to have control, and maybe that's where I get stuck and where I'm in limbo. Have you ever felt like that? You ever felt like you don't know what to do? And so for me, I thought I'd talk about it. And part of what gets me out of this is my faith. I think my relationship with God has gotten it is exponentially better than it's ever been. Without faith, it's impossible to please anything or to achieve anything. And I think I'm leaning more into that, my faith. But I think a lot of it is this idea of meaningful discomfort now or painful regret later. I could just shut this thing down. I could back off. I have financial freedom now where I could take less clients. I could do less things. But I think I'll regret that. That'll be painful regret later. Or I can have meaningful discomfort now. And that's what this is. It's meaningful discomfort. And what that means is everything I'm doing is in concert with my mission of contributing to the well-being of every human being that I interact with. And so it's nothing I'm doing that is like not in line with it. And so it's meaningful. What I'm doing is meaningful and it's uncomfortable. And for me, it's about, okay, I'm not gonna weather the storm, I'm not going to weather the storm. I'm going to understand the storm is part of the process. That nothing comes easy, and if it's uncomfortable, it's probably more meaningful. If it's easy, then it's probably not very meaningful. And I think for me, it's about how to get out of it. And I wrote a couple of things down the other day, and I shared it on social media, and I'll share it again. Right now, when you're in the storm, man, keep your circle small. And I have a very small, powerful circle now. The people I lean on, like my wife, my kids, my employees, and the people I work with, they are the core that'll help you get through the storm. Number 2 is being authentic. Like, part of me wants to be somebody I'm not right now. And that's really, really, really hard. There's a lot of things that will cause you to want to step outside of who you are. Number 1 is your ego. Your ego. I got so upset yesterday because I wasn't even passed over for a speaking gig. I just wasn't even considered. Like, nobody reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to speak at this conference? I saw one of my competitors, and I was like, how the hell did this guy get chosen to speak at this conference? They never even called me. That's that jealousy. That's that ego that's rearing up. And so I called a buddy, and I said, this is unbelievable. How did they pass me up? They know who I am. That's literally, I think, to the point of what I texted, like complete arrogance. And I was like, this is war now. They're going on my enemies list. And my friend who's, obviously that small circle, what he said was pretty amazing. He said, maybe this perspective. Maybe they thought Chad is crushing it. He wouldn't have time, nor could we even afford to pay him to speak to a room of 30 to 45 people. He's too big for us. Maybe that's what they said. Now, I don't know if they said that, if they didn't say anything, they didn't think about me. But I think that, it's not, the authentic Chad isn't one that's, fueled by jealousy and anger. So I have to stay authentic to who I am and authentic to my mission. So I'd encourage you when you start to feel that, make sure you're not going against your core values. Number 3 is to have a grateful heart. And it's really hard to be frustrated when you look around and you see the things I have in my life. I have amazing family. I have a house. I have a great company. I have wealth. I have a lot of things right now that I've created. I got to stay grateful for all the things I have and the opportunities that have been afforded to me. Number 4 is the really hard one, and that is a clear mind. My mind is running a mile a minute right now, and I need to settle it down. I need to clear it down and just focus on the things in front of me. In the next 45, 60 days, my book will be out. We're in the final stretch of our pre-sales, and I'm going to get my first official copy any day now. There's going to be a day, I don't know what day it'll be, but there'll be a book, an official final copy book delivered to my house, and that'll probably be one of the most amazing moments of my life, besides the birth of my daughters and my marriage, and I'm ready for it. So I got to have a clear mind and keep in perspective what I'm about ready to go into. And the last one is to continue to tap into creativity. When you get stuck, you lose creativity, and creativity is what produces everything. And so we've created this company through creativity. From thinking differently, from thinking creatively. And so for me, it's about staying creative. And so for me, I'm going to be creative. The things I'm going to focus on to get me out of the ditch is small circle, authentic life, grateful heart, clear mind, and creative life. These are the 5 things that I'm focusing on right now that will get me out of the ditch. What gets you out of the ditch? What puts you in the ditch, and what gets you out of the ditch? And to me, if you can figure out the ditch is part of the process. The question is, how long are you going to stay in it? And what are you saying to yourself when you're in the ditch? So I'm changing my narrative. I'm changing my behaviors and getting out of the ditch. That's what's going on in my life. I have 90 days left in 2024, roughly. And so right now it's about finishing strong. 2025 is going to be the best year of my life yet. There's no question about it. I want to really give a shout out to those people that have been around me, that small circle of people that have helped me out of the ditch, and the large group of people this year that have trusted me to be part of their life, that continue to trust me to guide them and coach them to be part of their life. Man, I have a ton of love and admiration and appreciation for you. And to those who are looking forward to making 2025 the greatest year of your life, you should pre-order a copy of Keep Telling Yourself. You should reach out. Let's collaborate and get a plan together to make this the best year of your life. Actually, my last two questions today go out to me. Go out to me. I'm going to ask myself the questions I ask every guest, and that is, the first one is, I'm going to pray for you tonight. What should I pray for? And if you're praying for me tonight, Chad, I would ask you to pray for my health, that I get back into the position I was in for so long, where I can run free and do the things I love to do. And the second question is, when you leave this earth, what do you want your contribution to have been? And what I want my contribution to have been is that there are people that didn't believe they had an opportunity, didn't believe they were worthy of much, to believe they were worthy of a life of abundance. That's what I want. And that's it. Until next time, stay classy, San Diego.